Hey there, I'm Douglas Ferguson, and I'm going to show you the Improv Vision Board. The Improv Vision Board is a mural template that we created to help teams create a shared vision, get inspired, and really dial in, what might be possible if when they combine their efforts for a shared purpose, and align around that, and think about where what those next steps might be. We're going to start off. This is a four quadrant template, and we start off in the upper right in quadrant number one. And each person will share two inspirational images. So I've got John Fitch with me here today, and he's going to be sharing. There's John. Hi, John.
Hello.
He's going to be sharing a couple of inspirational images. Now you
Mm.
can imagine if we're doing this for real, it's going to take a lot longer. We're going to be going 5 to 7 minutes or so per round. But John's just got some things prepared. He's going to drop them in, and just share these things that are inspiring him right now, and where and how we might as a team move beyond that. So each person will drop in two things. Then we'll allow some time for collection into a collage. So if we had a bunch of people in here, you'd imagine this is just filled with like 10, 20 images. And we're kind of looking at that and getting a bit inspired by what others have to offer. And I think it's really profound to run this as a silent step. You can also do voting. You can also invite discussion. But John and I are really big fans of letting this be silent, so that you don't even know why John was excited about the Super Mario superpower graphic, but it might inspire you in a new and different way. And so let's see how those things percolate rather
And,
than
and then I'll,
letting
I'll
the
add to that, Douglas. What's cool too is if, again, there's four, let's say there's four other people doing this, you very quickly start having this collage that is like a team mood board that
Mm,
literally minutes before didn't exist. And so it's a really fun visual exercise as well for me to see other people's work.
absolutely. And so let's take a look at number two. Now that we've got this collage built up, and we start to collect some stickies on what is made possible with this collective vision. So John will start entering in some of his thoughts. Of course, the other members of the team would be adding stuff as well, and we'd start to see this getting filled out with these notions of the future, these inspirational thoughts on how we might do more together, and how we're inspiring each other with these different ideas and concepts. So I see that John's got a few things listed in here, and I'll just make these a little bit bigger, or maybe not. I'll make them a little bit bigger, and so you can see some like human dignity, abundance, social value are made possible. It's great. And on a team, what we do is we then do a voting session, and using the mural voting tools and the toolbar, the square with the little dot in it, we'll give each person two votes to select the two items that really stand out to them. Now, once we've got these selected, and so just to simulate this, let's say that that social value and abundance really stood out on our team as two big highlights. Then we move on to step three. What emotions do these images evoke? So now we moved on to a little bit more about how we're feeling about what we're seeing, and the team's adding stuff in a very in a similar fashion. Everyone's quiet. Maybe as a facilitator, you're kind of prompting them with some different questions around emotions, but it's also important to be a little quiet and give them some time to think. So after they've entered in a few emotions and feelings, then we'll also do another voting session. So everyone will get two dots, and we'll end up with two highlights. Sometimes there's ties, and we might have three or four, but we really, if you have a ton of ties, we'll want to do some tiebreakers, so we don't want to lose focus. And so let's say that we have growth and mindfulness, social value, and abundance. And now we'll create a vision statement using this Mad Lib. So experience or project name has the potential to blank through its ability to evoke blank. And so I'm going to have John type in this value statement. And as you can see, we'll have a few a few different emotions, a few different possibilities. And as you start to craft this vision statement, this is an opportunity to better refine or better cull down the one that you think is most important. And maybe the two work together in unison, and so you want to drop in two, and that's perfectly fine. And you can see John's kept abundance and social value. But in the case where you know this might be an opportunity to further refine, and I'm a big fan of that. The more you can filter down and get specific, the more useful things can be generally. So John's got the statement here: our project has the potential to create abundance and social value through its ability to evoke mindfulness. And I think that's really beautiful. And I think it's a really strong statement. And this is can be done in a very short amount of time. And it's something that you can really align on because you co-created this in an organic way that really came from true inspiration, and instead of just some sort of going online and seeing what other mission statements or vision statements or values are out there. It's something that we can really own as a team because it's really deeply rooted in what we
Yeah.
believe and what we're excited about.
And Douglas, what I like about it is, hence the name Improv Vision, is that coming up with a vision statement for your project, for your company, whatever the context is really important. And I think teams over plan and over execute. Whereas if you approach it in this improv mindset, you end up with something that was easy to produce, but is deeply meaningful.
I couldn't have said it better. And I just switched it from green to gold because I know where you were going with the green, because like, let's get after this. It's like a green light, but we found some gold too. So
Thank you, Douglas.
yeah. So thanks for spending the time with me today, John. It was really fun, and I hope we inspire some great visions out there.